guys, my name is Spencer Kaufman. Thank you for watching the Deception Tips videos. They're all about teaching you how to read people and detect deception so that you will be able to tell if someone is lying to you. Today we're going to talk about a tactic that you can use to keep liars talking. You want them to talk, and the reason you want them to talk is because you are trying to get to the bottom of whatever it is they are saying. If they're telling a lie, you want them to talk. Why? Well, because you want to hear the lie. Then you also want them to keep talking and hopefully trip up so that you can get to the truth. You want them to talk because as they're telling that lie, there will always be more than one sign, and they will continue to display patterns and clusters of behavior that you can then use to determine whether or not they are lying. So here it is. This is deception tip number 97. Keep liars talking by identifying with their feelings, then reflecting it back to them with a question. So it's important to keep them talking. Now you need to build rapport with them when doing this. Now we've talked about this before in deception tip number 84, so you can check it out in a card here on relating language and how it's important to relate to them and with them and have them relate to you so that you build that rapport and get them to continue talking. Now, another thing that's very important is once you have them talking, you need to keep them talking. How do you keep them talking? Well, the real easy thing is you need to be quiet. So get them talking. You need to identify with their feelings. If you're talking to them and you say, well, how did it feel when this happened? Or what does this? And they say, man, it's just, I can't do this anymore. It's really hard for me to continue. And you say, I understand it may be stressful. Stressful, you don't know it's stressful, but if they say stuff like that, obviously it must be stressful. So you say, man, it must be very stressful for you. So you identified with their feeling. This tells them they listened, that you listened to them. They didn't say they were stressed, but you interpreted that. So you say, I understand it may be very stressful. What do you do to help you relieve the stress? Or how did the stress get relieved? Or what are you doing as a result of this stress? Or something like that. You're reflecting it back to them as a question. And then it's like for them, they're like, wow, they listened to me, they understand how I'm feeling, and now they want to know more. So they must care about me. You may not even care. You may just be trying to find the truth. But in their mind, this whole thing is like, wow, this is cool. So then they will tell you more. But they will only tell you more if you be quiet. And we've talked about this a lot. A lot of tips that we've talked about, staying silent, becoming silent. There are a few others that we've discussed on how important it is to be quiet. And you need to be quiet so that they continue talking. It's very, very important that you do that. Then listen to them. Use this in order to get more out of them. Now, when they're speaking, you could be doing anything else. You could be sitting there, you could twiddle your thumbs, you could look up, you could look down, you could look all around the room. The main thing is, though, you need to listen to their entire story. And we've talked about this before. You'll see it in a little card. It'll pop up. The entire story. Then, once they've finished, now you can come in, ask them another question. Your goal is to build rapport by listening and then interpreting and identifying with a feeling and then asking them a question based upon that feeling. Listening to their entire response while you watch them for more signs of deception and body language to occur. So if this is your first time watching these videos, I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Feel free to comment with any questions you may have as well. Also, if you'd like some more information, we have books, podcasts, and blog posts all available on spencerkaufman.com that are dedicated to teaching you exactly what everybody is really saying. Until next time.